Hey guys, I ran across this straight out of context. These are horrible, horrible messages that Gypsy replies to people on, and I just wanted to show y'all.
Worrying, cyber stalking content creators than she does about just telling the truth. She also said this about Nicholas. Oh, so you read the whole thing where he was excited and was going to enjoy doing it, and that is who you want to see free? Sorry, but that doesn't sound like an innocent autistic little buttercup to me. He is guilty and doing his time for his part, same as I did mine.
But she don't want to talk about the fact that she is the one literally that reached out to him to have her do her crime. But she won't discuss that. That's just like that whole shithole panel over there will not discuss anything that paints Gypsy in a horrible light. Like the tie straps, or the fact that Gypsy literally went to a motel with a rapist, according to her, or the fact that Gypsy did not go to the cops after she killed her mom. Gypsy, I would love to know that. I would love to know why you went back home or back to Nick's house with a rapist. Or I want to know why you did not go to the cops after you slaughtered your mom. See, people on that panel will not talk about things like that because it will show that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a fucking lying little heifer. That's why.
That is my point. Well, then why aren't you in prison for the two attempted murders? Why aren't you in prison for making false allegations of rape and sexual assault? And of course, for all of 2024, after that April when Bree became friends with Christy, and by way of being friends with Christy, by proxy became friends with Gypsy, we would
And by the way, if anybody knows what my channel is, it's simply to expose the shit out of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And being that she has not only copyrighted my page, but got me for reused content when we know that my content is not reused. But she's got me where I cannot monetize or do anything till February the 8th. So if you want something aired and you're scared about getting it copyrighted, pull it over to me. I will gladly air the shit out of it.
see things like this: threats to make copyright strikes, even if something is under fair use and you're doing it for education, research, reaction, or commentary. But Gypsy's also said this: I would have voted Chris Watts, who unalived his two little girls and his pregnant wife. But sure, an abuse survivor who made a bad decision is the worst of the worst. A bad decision? What? Dan Glidewell kept in contact with Gypsy via video chat. He says that Gypsy told him her mother made her stay in a wheelchair. He says that their relationship developed from friendship to sexual relationship.
But she left out the part where Gypsy lied about being able to feel her legs. So how did her mom put her in a wheelchair when Gypsy's own mouth said she did? See, that's what I'm saying. Gypsy cannot tell the truth if it falls out her mouth. She literally lies and changes the story to everyone to fit whatever narrative she needs to be fitted. And y'all, if you've ever watched TikTok, it's called DID. It's a what's it called? Identity disorder. I do believe Gypsy has that. I mean, and it's where like you have all these personality disorders in you and you don't remember each different personas, what they do and what they've said. To me, that fits Gypsy. Gypsy literally does not remember the last thing that she said and the last person she pretends to be.
They would send explicit videos to each other. He discusses how they role played occasionally. He referred to Gypsy as being shy and timid. He says he developed a taste for power exchange role playing from her. And remember, this is years before she meets Nicholas Godejohn. She doesn't meet Nicholas Godejohn until October of 2012. He was injured and that Gypsy had visited him while he was in the hospital. She told him she wanted to go to Arkansas and restart her life. So she was trying to put it in his head to be her white knight in shining armor. She's also posted that she was not going to show any pictures of her baby. She's also posted more things like this about fake accounts that are spoofing her, more worried about being verified on her real accounts and her following number than she is about telling the truth. And she has been caught in multiple lies, like saying that she was perfectly healthy and had nothing wrong with her. She's lied about Nicholas Godejohn. She's lied about his mother. She's lied about her own mother. She's lied about her own family and her own friends, her own crime, everything that led up to the crime, her life before the crime. And you trust that 8.5 years in prison straightened her ass out and that she came out a truth teller? That's not only predictable, that is just so fucking cliche. She's still the same person she's always been. Lying, grifting, getting $3,500 checks from celebrities, and playing low-dose local celebrity for attention, for fame, for money. Telling people in the comment section that her response was deflecting and gaslighting. She diverts back to the case from 2015. We aren't talking about that. We're talking about the current claims she spews. Well, content creators have been right because Gypsy Rose Blanchard has been lying. She has been misrepresenting the truth. She has been telling everybody bullshit about her mom that didn't factually happen. She's even said this: I don't remember going to kindergarten. However, when writing my book, my co-writer on the book had interviewed one of my family members, and they said I went to kindergarten. So it was put in the book. Someone really wanted to know.
But yet Gypsy claims that none of these people that she speaks of was around her growing up. So how can those people now tell you about your childhood if they were nowhere around you?
Why does her story constantly change? Like that she never went to school. She went to kindergarten, then it was first grade. Then she takes her plea deal and admits that she went to second grade and that she really was homeschooled. Because both Louisiana and Missouri have truancy laws, they would actually be checking on that. She's also clapped back to content creators saying, let her get a bigger following. I don't care. That won't change the fact that her lies will be exposed. My comeback is my show proving her lies, of which it never did. All it did was prove Gypsy's own lies. And then she spent the last almost 2 years now doing nothing but catching herself up in more lies and inconsistencies, being confronted with those lies and inconsistencies by multiple creators who have come and gone. I mean, back in 2024 and 2025, people were telling her things like this: come back. The world is laughing at you. Only you are capable of thinking that you deserve any sort of redemption. May your mother haunt you forever. And then other people said, the same way your lies are already being exposed? Question mark. Christy has even clapped back, knowing good damn and well that she does not trust or like Gypsy, that she even warned investigators not to believe her because she's smart and that she's a very good liar. She says, I'm sure her ass gets tired of the shit that comes out of her mouth. If we had $1 for every time she has lied or has told a lie, it would be insane. Really? I think you're talking about Gypsy there, Christy. Talk about projection much. She doesn't have a clue to anything. She's the bullshit influencer, to which Gypsy laughs. But Gypsy also had the nerve to say this: we all know the case is a fucked up situation. I will never deny that. But haven't you heard? That is so 10 plus years ago. People grow, people change, and learn from their bad choices. I did my time. Gypsy truly does believe she is entitled to, and not only entitled to, but deserving, that she earned her redemption arc. One person tells her, you can never erase what you did, and more facts are coming out. You never were, and you are not a victim. Go be a mom at least, a little, and not in a 2-minute video trying to fool us. And she says, and P.S., that psychopath, meaning Nicholas Godejohn, is right where he belongs, and he's going to stay there for the rest of his goddamn life. And anyone who defends that piece of shit is just flat out ignorant. Well, I wonder what that says about people who defend you, Gypsy, because he did your crime for you, with you. He was your accessory and he was your co-conspirator. So why would anybody like you be a piece of shit and manipulate a young autistic man for almost 3 years into committing such a heinous crime for you? She doesn't care. She only cares that she gets money, notoriety, infamy, public figure status, author status, celebrity status. And so she can further play victim by saying that bullying is against community guidelines. Even her friend Dreamer says this, trolling people like Fancy, Good Wives Network. You make no sense at all. To which she clapped back, well, that's rich coming from you, lol. Gypsy also once said, I'm not speaking on shit from nearly a decade and a half ago. I have moved on from that chapter in my life and have matured from that manipulation waste dump of an old story. Also, I was only saying what he made me say. He is where he belongs, meaning Nicholas Godejohn. With thoughts like that, he was heading to prison with or without my involvement. Well, that is
Is that really, like, that right there just shows you what type of person Gypsy Rose Blanchard is, because he would not have ever even knew who you were, Gypsy, had you not reached out to him. And the way you repay him is you put him in life for fucking prison. The same way your mom done nothing but try to take care of you, raise you, and make you a healthy adult, which you are. That right there just shows you the Munchausen by proxy claim does not even fit. Because most people, no, most children do not even make it to the age of 3. But the fact that you made it to fucking 34 just shows you your Munchausen by proxy claim does not even fucking fit. But the fact that you continue to have to drag your mom and Nick Godejohn through the mud, you've now made both of them, not to mention your publisher, your co-author, your fucking lawyer, yeah, pretty damn near Ryan, everyone around you, you paint in a bad light just to fit your piece of shit narrative. Your lie that you and your lawyer came up with to keep you out of prison. Ain't it funny how you're the victim in every story, no matter what it is? You paint it to be you're the victim in every fucking story. Not to mention, Ken told you not to put that baby on the internet. And you found a way, just like you do by proxy, to get that baby out on the internet. And if he allows that, then he is just as much as a piece of shit as you are. Just as much as you are a piece of shit, because after you killed your mom, you went to the same motel with Nick. So if Nick's a piece of shit murderer, then so the fuck are you.
really ironic she says that, because she would have found somebody else to kill her mom if Nicholas Godejohn wasn't manipulated into helping her. But while she was in prison, her father had also said this, that prison is a stable environment for Gypsy. That prison, she feels like she has structure in her life, hoping that she does well in there and then comes out a better person. So they believe that prison was good for her. We're happy that she's in a decent place, that they have talked about getting her into a mental health facility, but that they're not sure if that would be the right place for her because she's scared she might get drugged up again or be around more drugs. But we think she's in a good place. Now, remember,
the only one that was being drugged was Gypsy, and Gypsy was drugging herself. Just like Gypsy was abusing herself when she put her ass in the wheelchair. Just like Gypsy was hurting herself by malingering and lying to the doctors about things that were fucking wrong with her. Lord, are y'all not ever gonna get it? It was all fucking Gypsy. That's why Gypsy knows so much about everything that was going on. If her mom was making fake social security, like birth certificates, and doing all this conning and grifting, do you think that her mom would have told Gypsy about it? And not to mention, if her mom never told Gypsy about it, and Gypsy wasn't aware until she went to fucking jail, then how the fuck did she know what the fuck was going on? But yet she says, I didn't know nothing until I went to prison. But Gypsy, you knew everything. You know everything about the whole conning and the grifting, things that nobody else would have known. Only things that would have been happening in that home are about you and your mom. But yet you know all about all of it. How the fuck is that? Gypsy, you're a horrible person, and it's going to come back to bite you in your ass. I promise.
prison phone calls, especially with her aunt. She denies wanting to tell the psychiatrist anything because she's afraid that they're going to lock her up if they know the truth of her real mental illness. And on top of that, she also denied therapy and help to be rehabilitated while in prison. She's also said this in 2024 and 2025. I don't care about your comments. I will do whatever I want with my life and with my...
If she does not care about her comments, then why the fuck is she in everybody's?
Daughter. Uh-oh, be careful. You're pulling a Dee. She's also gone on to say this. My life does not depend on people, but people do depend on me. Yeah, like your innocent little baby and your dumb baby daddy who probably regrets every life decision that he has made in the past 10 years. She's also tried to bait people into watching her season 2 of Lifetime, Life After Lockup with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She's even promised little surprises coming soon, and yet those little surprises never came. She's promised to pull a Ryan and reply to everybody who comments or follows her. She's also promised that she would raffle off copies of her book and never did this. But of course, she had multiple different accounts, private accounts, public accounts, ones that she's made and deleted over the years. But in 2024, she sure did do a whole lot of talking in the comment section. Like this: I wish evil to all those who wish harm on my daughter. Even her stepmother, Christy Blanchard, can't help but to run her mouth in the comment section. If you're believing everything that you watch and hear from content creators that don't like us, then you would think not to trust us. 99.9% of what they say is bullshit. What's not bullshit is Christy telling law enforcement investigators that Gypsy Rose Blanchard is smart and don't let her fool you. That's the truth.
If you don't see something wrong with that picture right there, come on now. Gypsy is twice the size of those youngins, pretending to be a 23-year-old woman. And I have something to say about the whole fancy situation. Do you honestly think a woman is just going to come up with this hellified story about a young lady and then get online and lie about her? Come on now. There has to be truth to that story. For Fancy to continue making allegations on this story, knowing that it was a lie, I don't see that happening. Does Fancy have anything to gain about lying about such a thing? No. Does Gypsy? Yeah. It keeps her bullshit narrative that her attorney lied about. People do not understand the fact that Gypsy, 1, lied about being in the wheelchair, made up about being able to feel her legs, and continued it for 14 fucking years. And the fact that her attorney lied about the abuse. So everything after that allegation is a fucking lie because it was made up. I tell y'all all the time, it's like if I come out and said, hey, I have a blue unicorn, and one day you pop up in my comments talking about, oh, I seen him. I'm like, no, you didn't. He's a lie. It was made to fuck up. The same thing with Gypsy's abuse narrative toward her lawyer. If this don't record this time, I'm going to go nuts.
That's what's really going on behind the scenes. They all were
hey, fat girl.
Of the fact that Gypsy Rose Blanchard was almost 24 years old and was pretending to be a paraplegic and that she could walk. Remember that time that Gypsy sent sexy pics to her half-sister Mia and to her biological dad? Now, Gypsy claims that her mom typed in all caps, but we've had over 15 different examples of when Gypsy Rose Blanchard herself was typing in all caps back in 2011 to 2015. You can pause to read to see what they said to Christy and Rod regarding that. Again, I wish evil to all of those who wish my daughter's death. Yet she's never showed any verified proof that anybody has done such a heinous thing like wishing the death of a 3-month-old baby girl. The only person that has murder and death on her brain is Gypsy Rose, because she wants to have the time and the freedom to worry more about social media, worry more about conspiracy theories, worry more about content creators and what they say. People who say that my daughter is a reborn doll, are they out of their minds? No, because people have no proof that that baby is real, but they do have proof that you are a known liar, that all you care about is trying to hold on to some victim narrative because you think that is what gives you the infamy, the celebrity, the clout, and therefore some kind of financial, monetary.
Just like we have proof you're a murderer, but you come out here and say you're not. Like, you literally went to prison for it, but yet you come out here and portray it like you didn't do shit. It was so 10 years ago.
Gain. She's also went on to say this: you are criticizing my body for being in different postures. You are criticizing.
And no, we criticize you because you come out here looking like a different person every day using those bullshit filters. That's what people point out, Gypsy.
A woman's body. That says a lot about the kind of person you are. Stop. Because the only person that was obsessed with her being overweight and losing weight was she herself. Ken even exposed on season 2 that she never eats. And she got mad because she was telling people she was eating smaller portions twice a day and limiting junk food. I've seen a lot of comments of people asking how I lost the weight. So my weight loss journey started once getting out of prison. So when I started eating healthier instead of prison food, the weight began to fall off. I started eating twice a day and smaller portions. She also came to the internet to let everybody know that baby Aurora does not have her genetic chromosome disorder, her microdeletion, after trying for over a year to not even admit that she truly is sick. But this was the worst when talking about
Parmesan's in the cabinet.
Somebody who shared a prison with Gypsy before. When content creators on TikTok made jokes about Nadatha and Ken, Gypsy said, LOL, he wouldn't touch her point, friends, which is absolutely disgusting coming from somebody who said she had an addiction to Vicodin, Xanax, and Suboxone while she was in lockup. The same person who is a self-proclaimed addict in recovery and had to go through withdrawal multiple different times, puts out that her ex-husband Ryan Anderson is on MAT, specifically methadone, and that's why he sweats. One thing is true and one thing is a fact. Mike Stanfield and Gypsy Rose concocted a whole story in order to get her this, a sweetheart plea deal. And she took it. They not only botched this case, they certainly dropped the ball.
Sorry that.
And I hope that these doctors, I hope this attorney, I hope these people come forward after Gypsy has literally threw them under the bus and made them look like dog shit. These doctors should be able to hold Gypsy accountable for coming out here on the internet, which lasts forever, and claims that all these doctors that she visited growing up performed 30 unwanted and unnecessary surgeries on Gypsy just because her mom had nothing better to do that day. Just like these doctors had nothing better to do with their life than to perform unwanted, unnecessary surgeries on Gypsy. These people should be able to come forward, just like her publisher, her co-defendant, her attorney, her author. All these people should be able to press charges on Gypsy for coming out here defaming and publicly shaming the shit out of them. And I encourage you, if you can hear me, I encourage you to do it. I encourage all of you to hold Gypsy Rose Blanchard accountable for the bullshit she does every day. Her mom's not here to speak for her, but if anybody can give anybody a little bit of justice, it's all of you people that she publicly shames on a daily basis.
You fell in love with a piece of shit like me.
Thank you so much for your time.
Well, if she ever did anything or said anything right, she is a piece of shit. And Gypsy just admitted it. But I wanted y'all to see this because I've never seen the part where her dad admits that Gypsy Rose needs mental help. Until the next one, guys.